This is Nathaniel Oxford with another tutorial. This is a flute tutorial for the song number 18, Down by the Station. In addition to the notes for this song, we're going to go over the articulations. You'll notice in my little bullet points here, if you can read those on your screen. If you're watching this on a teeny tiny cell phone screen, you might not be able to see that. But it says there's a practice strategy we're going to use to learn the song. There's articulation and tonguing. Now, you might think, wait, tonguing, isn't that the same thing as articulation? But articulation actually means how you start your notes or how you connect your notes. So it could mean tonguing, but it could also mean something else. For example, you might go, all those notes are very connected. I took a little breath in the middle, but otherwise they're all slurred and very legato and smooth. Slurring, legato, those are types of articulation. So connectedness of the notes is a type of articulation. Doing a staccato tonguing, where the notes are very short, that's a type of articulation. Tonguing them cleanly at the beginning and playing them long notes. That clean tonguing at the beginning is articulation. Also, I could put accents at the beginning of the notes. There's a little bit more air and a little bit more emphasis on the tongue, more of a to tongue rather than a do tongue. But in this song, Down by the Station, we do want to focus on making a clear do or to tongue on the flute. I will say this, in case you ever play a reed instrument like a clarinet or a saxophone, because a lot of woodwind players play multiple instruments. When you play a reed instrument, your tongue will touch the tip of the reed when you articulate the notes. So if you ever play clarinet or saxophone, just remember the tongue goes on the reed. But if you play a brass instrument or a flute, it goes behind the teeth, like a T or a D. I have somebody coming into class right now, and I will be right with you. Could you make sure and get your instrument ready? I'm finishing a video up right now. The video is on Down by the Station on page 8 in the book. Now, if you are really proficient at reading the notes and you could sight read them note by note by note, that's fantastic. If you're not there yet, you can write your note names in right on your page in the book. If you're not quite sure what they are, you could just go back a page in the book, and remember all the new information is in gold boxes. So even the new notes are in gold boxes. So you can go back and see that the D is on the 4th line with the line going through it. The C is on the 3rd space. Remember, we count from the bottom to the top like the floors of a building. So the first space would be that bottom F, second space A, and then that 3rd space C. B flat is right in the middle. And one of the tricky things about reading B flat in the beginning here is that if you have multiple B flats, only the first one has to have a flat sign in it. So like in song number 17, there are 3 B flats there. Even though that first one has a flat sign, that flat sign carries all the way through until you get to that bar line, and then that bar line cancels it out. And so then they have to put another flat sign that goes all the way through that bar line, and then through that measure, or that bar means the same thing as measure, and then the bar line there cancels it out. So in song number 18, Down by the Station, we have a B flat, and then there's a B after it, which is also flat. What we're going to do with this song is we're going to play it starting with one note, and then we're going to add a note as we go. So the first note is B flat, thumb 1 and 1, and let's play it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, and that B flat is a half note, so if we're counting the beat like this, we're going to get 2 beats in that note. Do, and then the next note is a quarter note, so it's going to be a quarter note B flat. So 2 count B flat, and then 1 count B flat, like this. Do it with me. 1, two notes, go. And do you notice I put a really clean at the beginning of each note? That's important, like in the song Hot Cross Buns, where you have that section that goes 4 B flats and 4 C's, or maybe 4 G's and 4 A's, depending on what key you played it in last time. But if you don't tongue it, it's going to sound like, instead of 1 a penny, 2, it's 1 a penny. You got to put that tongue at the beginning of each note. So down by the station, we did 2 notes. Let's do 3 notes this time. 2 B flats followed by a C. And I have to take my thumb off, so I have to set my flute on something. I can kind of set it this way, but then you can't see my thumb come off very well on the back, right? C is just your first finger, and remember that pinky key is down for every note except for D. Here we go, 3 notes. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let's do 4 notes. This is the strategy. It's adding a note every time and learning it note by note by note. So B flat, C, and D. And if you haven't practiced going between C and D to C to D to C to D to C to D, you should practice that. See if you can do it 10 times in 6 seconds. That means you're pretty proficient at it, going from C to D to C to D to C to D to C to D. All right, so 4 notes, B flat, C, D. 1, 2, ready. Just 4 notes and then stop. All right, now let's do 5 notes. B flat, C, D, D. 1, 2, ready, go. Did you get the rest? I didn't say anything about that rest in there, but there's a quarter rest between the 2 D's. So let's do 6 notes. So we're going to go B flat, C, D, rest, C. Play that much. 1, 2, ready. All right. Always with that clear tongue on the start of each note. Make sure when you tongue, this is something you might practice. I have a mirror next to me here, so I can practice in a mirror. But make sure that when you tongue, you're not distorting your embouchure, or anything like that, because that can make the note not start very well. It might just give you air, right, like that. So make sure that your embouchure set up, and then you tongue it, like you're blowing air off of your hand. Okay, except we won't do that in coronavirus times. When we're with other people, at least. Okay, B flat, C, D, rest, C, B flat. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. B flat, C, D, rest, C, B flat. All right, we'll do that much. One more time. Let's just go through the fingerings. 1, 2, ready, go. B flat, C, D, rest, C, B flat. All right. 1, 2, ready, go. I think I went 1 extra note on that. Here's what I'm going to have you do. Pause this video and have a little bit of practice time with it. And when you get to the end or almost to the end, or when you're ready to come back and let's play it together with the backing track. I'm going to go through it once with the notes, and then the second time I will play the notes. So once with the notes and fingerings, I'll say them, and then the second time we will play them. So here is song number 18. If you're not ready to do the whole song yet, go ahead and pause the video and come back to it in a little bit.
Number 18, down. The lines that are in green for your instrument only are number
Trying to
18,
turn the volume up.
Down by the station. 1, 2, ready, play.
B flat, C, D, C, B flat. flat, C, D, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, C, D, 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 C, C, D, B flat. Yeah, that backing track was a little loud that time. I'm trying to turn it down here.
1, 2, ready, play.